In 2026, electrolyte drink mixes became the supplement of the year. Searches for them surged enormously, almost overnight. Suddenly, everyone was stirring colorful powders into their water. Gym bags, office desks, and kitchen drawers filled up fast. Influencers called them the secret to all-day energy. The packets promised better hydration than water alone. It felt like a small ritual everyone suddenly shared. But popularity and necessity are not the same thing. So here is the honest question worth asking. Do you actually need them, or is it mostly hype? The marketing says yes, loudly and confidently. The science gives a calmer, more careful answer. The truth is, it genuinely depends on you. It depends on how much you sweat and move. Let's look at the science calmly and clearly. First, what exactly are electrolytes? Electrolytes are minerals that carry an electric charge. The main ones are sodium, potassium, and chloride. Magnesium and calcium round out the key group. That charge lets them carry signals through your body. They help run nerves, muscles, and fluid balance. Think of them as your body's electrical wiring. In short, they keep your basic systems running. Here is a simple way to picture fluid balance. Water is the rain, minerals are the soil that holds it. Think of sodium as a sponge for water in your body. Where the sodium goes, water tends to follow. That is how your body decides where fluid sits. Too little, and water struggles to stay put. Too much, and your body holds onto extra fluid. Balance, not extremes, is the goal here. Sodium helps your body retain and distribute fluid. It pulls water into your blood and keeps it there. It also supports nerve signaling throughout your body. And it helps drive your sense of thirst. That is why it sits at the center of hydration. Without it, water alone cannot do the full job. But your body only needs a sensible amount. More sodium is not automatically more hydration. Potassium supports fluid balance alongside sodium. It works mostly inside your cells, balancing the sodium outside. It also helps your muscles work normally. Think of sodium and potassium as partners. One pulls in, the other helps balance it out. These minerals work as a team, not alone. That partnership is why the ratio between them matters. Hydration is more than just the volume of water. Your body needs the right minerals in that water too. Water and minerals work together inside you. When you sweat heavily, you lose minerals, not only water. Replacing only water can leave minerals behind. On a calm day, your food refills them quietly. That is the real case for electrolytes in context. Heavy sweat carries away sodium and other electrolytes. You can sometimes see it as salt dried on skin. Those white streaks on a shirt are real mineral loss. The longer and hotter the effort, the bigger the loss. Illness with vomiting or diarrhea drains them fast too. In those cases, replacing minerals genuinely matters. This is where electrolyte drinks earn their place. So who clearly benefits from electrolyte drinks? Endurance athletes top the list by far. Think long runs, long rides, and hard training. Sessions stretching well past an hour really add up. Heavy sweaters who soak their shirts also qualify. People working or living in hot environments too. Outdoor laborers and athletes in the heat fit here. For them, mineral loss is real and worth replacing. There are a few more groups that genuinely benefit. Those who are ill with vomiting or diarrhea benefit. They lose fluid and minerals quickly together. Some on low-carb or keto diets need more salt. Those diets can flush sodium out more quickly. That can explain the early fatigue some report. And a few people genuinely need extra sodium anyway. For these groups, mixes can be a useful tool. Now, who usually does not need them? Most lightly active people eating a normal diet. If your day is calm, your losses are small. A commute some meetings, and a walk barely register. Food and plain water already cover your needs. Your meals are quietly doing the work for you. No packet required for an ordinary day. You typically do not need a high-sodium drink, especially not just to sit at a desk all day. A quiet office day does not drain your minerals. Sipping a strong mix at rest just adds salt you do not need. The claim that everyone needs them is misleading. Your context decides, not a marketing slogan. Match the tool to the situation you are actually in. Let's look at the popular products themselves. Brands like LMNT and Liquid led the trend. They became the standout supplement trend of 2026. Their marketing leans hard on heavy sodium loads. The pitch is simple: more salt, better hydration. It is a clean, confident story that sells well. But the numbers deserve a closer, calmer look. Take LMNT as a clear example. LMNT contains about 1,000 milligrams of sodium per serving. That is roughly half the FDA daily reference intake. In a single drink, that is a meaningful amount. It is far more than most sports drinks carry. For a hard, sweaty workout, that can make sense. For a quiet day, it may simply be a lot. There is also the question of the mineral ratio. LMNT uses a 5:1 sodium to potassium ratio. That means much more sodium than potassium. That is higher than ratios often suggested for hydration. Many point to roughly 3:1 or 2:1 instead. So the potassium share is comparatively small here. It is not wrong, but it is sodium heavy by design. So how much sodium does hard exercise call for? During intense exercise, sodium needs are often cited. Around 500 to 1,150 milligrams per liter of fluid. That range depends on how hard and hot it is. It also depends on how salty your own sweat is. So for hard, sweaty sessions, mixes can fit well. The same amount makes far less sense at rest. Some argue that more sodium is simply better. They suggest an optimal intake well above the norm, around 2 to 3 times government recommendations. It is a bold and appealing sounding idea. It flatters the instinct that more must mean better. But this idea rests on limited, contested evidence. Appealing does not always mean well proven. So what does the broader evidence actually show? There is not enough proof for the general population. Higher sodium is not clearly better for most people. The research is mixed, not settled. Strong claims need strong evidence to back them. So treat the bold claims with healthy skepticism. When in doubt, lean toward moderation. There's a real safety angle here worth respecting. Excess sodium can raise blood pressure in salt-sensitive people. Not everyone reacts, but some clearly do. And you cannot always tell if that is you. For some, a daily high-sodium drink adds real risk. A habit, not a one-off, is what to watch. More is not automatically safe for everyone. Here is the part the packets rarely mention. Whole foods already supply plenty of electrolytes. Fruit and vegetables deliver potassium naturally. Bananas, potatoes, and leafy greens are good examples. Nuts and beans bring magnesium to the table. Dairy adds calcium and helps round things out. And a little salt covers everyday sodium needs. A varied plate quietly delivers the full set. For everyday life, food does most of the work. A varied, normal diet covers your mineral needs. Real meals come with fiber and other nutrients too. That is something a powder cannot fully match. Powders are a supplement, not a daily requirement. Use them to fill a real gap, not by default. The simplest practical rule is to drink to thirst. Your body signals when it needs more fluid. Thirst is a surprisingly good guide for most days. You rarely need to force constant top-ups. Pale yellow urine is another simple, everyday check. Plain water handles the vast majority of moments. Keep it simple unless your situation says otherwise. So when should you actually reach for a mix? Reserve electrolyte mixes for the moments they fit. Long, hot, or intense exercise is a clear case. Heavy sweating over a long stretch counts too. Illness with heavy fluid loss is another. Think of them as gear for specific conditions. Outside those cases, you usually do not need one. Some people should be especially cautious here. Those with high blood pressure should take care. So should people with kidney or heart conditions. Extra sodium can matter more for these groups. Check with a doctor before loading up on sodium. A quick conversation is worth the peace of mind. So, do you actually need electrolyte drinks? If you train hard, sweat heavily, or are sick, maybe. In those moments, they are a sensible tool. For most people, food and water are enough. The honest answer is, it depends on your day. Skip the hype and match the tool to the need. One quick, important note before we wrap up. This is general information, not medical advice. Your needs depend on your health and your activity. Nothing here replaces a real professional opinion. For personal guidance, talk to a professional. That is electrolyte drinks, clearly explained. Drink to thirst, eat real food, and stay balanced. Save the mixes for the days that truly call for them. This is Calorierecipe. Food, clearly explained.